You may remember that several weeks ago, the leading candidates for governor sat down on the couch for a debate. And we limit our debates to candidates who receive more than 5% support in independent polls. But when we do hour-long debates, we think it's a good idea to get a chance to hear from other candidates on the ballot in those races. So joining us now are the two minor party candidates running for governor. Josh Welter is the nominee of the Libertarian Party. Wright carries the mantle of the Grassroots Legalized Cannabis Party. And Mr. Wright, I guess by the title of the party, I get what's top of your mind on as far as a platform is concerned. Yeah,
well, I also have more than just that as an issue.
Well, but start with that, why that's so prominent for you.
You know, someone once asked me, Chris, don't you have something better to do with your life than legalizing pot and drugs? And I said, well, I'm trying to fight for freedom. Don't you have something better to do than to vote for people that want to create a complete police state? Of course, Reagan's racist war on drugs and his mass incarceration surveillance police state has created the largest jailed population the world has ever known, much more than even Joseph Stalin's, and of course we jail more people than China, that has 3 times the population.
Say, Josh, this seems like this could be an issue that you guys might agree on.
We have come to some agreement. Our whole platform is to decrease taxes and spending by 10% per year while we're in office, to decriminalize the use of marijuana, and also dispose of the Met Council. So we go much more beyond just the decriminalization of marijuana.
Dispose of the Met Council, why?
Why? Well, it doesn't serve the people of Minnesota very much. The roads and the family time that we demand, because we're Minnesotans, we want to spend time with our families. It's one of our greatest values. The Met Council isn't serving to get roads on the metropolitan area. They're taking a mass amount of funding from and can tax without representation. They are not elected to the board. They're appointed by the governor. So it's not an American set of values for a government entity, and should be disposed of.
So, Wright, if you become governor and cannabis is legalized, then what?
Well, I'd like to address the issue of campaign finance reform.
What have you got as an idea then?
Well, you know, what difference does it make if your candidates are already chosen as in a totalitarian regime like communist China, or money chosen as in a oligarchy like Minnesota or Russia? Both exercise the manipulated consent and deny democratic self-determination.
Spending limits or full disclosure?
I would propose a simple law that said no candidate or party shall buy time or space in the media. All time and space in the media shall be free of charge, and elections shall be no longer than 8 weeks. So if, you know, of course, the money-chosen candidates, they're not going to bring about campaign finance reform. It'd be like a burglar who got to the second story, and you know, is he going to kick the money ladder out from underneath him when he gets to the top? Well, fat chance.
You've got a tax cut as part of your 3-pronged platform?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Taxes and spending. It's simple budgetary stuff that every Minnesotan does in their house.
What would you cut?
Well, first off, the Met Council is a state.
That wouldn't be
entity.
Real big bucks, but
it's not huge bucks, but it's 4,000 people that are employed on a state that has more than 40,000.
But education,
people.
Health, and welfare, that kind of stuff you'd have to cut, I suppose.
If you take, for instance, taxes, we tax everybody from $0, and we take 5% of their 5% of their income. We take it away, and then we return it in the form of entitlements. Why are we taking their money? Shouldn't they be allowed to spend it the way they want to? Those are simple.
What about helping folks
ones.
Who might not be able to help themselves?
Well, we still help them. We just don't take their money and taxes right off the bat. We don't need to do that instantly.
Where are you guys on gun control or gun safety? I guess sometimes it's called.
Well, I myself, you know, I've heard the Heller decision that came down from the Supreme Court that said you have a non-militia right to bear arms. And but then they also said that doesn't stop the states or from issuing reasonable gun control, like background checks on people who are felons and the mentally ill. I would also extend that because of the murder-suicide situation that's been going on, that anyone who's admitted to a hospital for a suicidal injury should have an immediate temporary restraining order put on them from purchasing a weapon.
Where are the Libertarians on guns?
We're for responsible gun ownership. If you have a gun, please check on it, lock it up, keep it out of people that shouldn't have it. But other than that, we're for the individual's right to carry and defend themselves.
So I'm curious, who's your political heroes? Who are your political heroes?
Well, I would say myself, Ralph Nader, and people like Gore Vidal, and I would like to mention just one thing here. We got a bunch of candidates here with the Legal Marijuana Now Party, we're running Sarah Wellington
we've
and
had some of
Dennis
these
Schuler and Michael Ford for State Auditor and Sue Sen. Yeah.
Who you got for a hero?
My heroes would be Ross Perot. Jesse Ventura was a great one for Minnesota. It shows that we, as a third party, are of value to the citizens of Minnesota. We have Chris Dock running for auditor. He's a great guy with a lot of experience in accounting, so would make an excellent third-party platform, a third person independent of Republicans and Democrats as an auditor. And we also have Matt Swenson at 55A or 57A and Jill Galvin at 18A.
Quick, give your website.
VoteRight.org. Let's get growing.
All
WelterForGovernor.com.
right. Guys.
Thanks, man. Glad you could make it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.